Hey, so if you watched my video on how I lost 53 pounds postpartum, I spoke about something called proper food pairing or proper food combining. And I credited that to being something that really helped with losing the weight. And I definitely feel that it was a big part and very helpful in helping me lose some of those extra pounds that were very stubborn, that did not want to come off after I gave birth to my son. And it can definitely help with weight loss in general for anyone out there who isn't pregnant or didn't have a baby. This still can help you. It's all about weight loss, and I really want to share with you what exactly food pairing is, because I didn't know. I never had heard of it until I read a specific book. So if you want to know what that actually is, keep watching. So first I want to talk about where I got that information from. It was from this book by Kimberly Snyder. It's called The Beauty Detox Solution, and she is a celebrity nutritionist, and she's absolutely amazing and gorgeous, and I really love this book, and I suggest it to anybody who wants to just learn something about nutrition and her specific way of getting you healthy and slim and beautiful from the inside out, and that's what I'm all about. And in this book she spoke about proper food pairing, and that was the first place that I ever learned about it, and I started to look into it a little bit more after reading the book. So I'll leave a link in the description bar below to Amazon if you want to purchase this book, and that's where I got my book from. That's where I get everything from. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So basically, when you eat food, when you digest food, you have digestive enzymes that help break down your food in order for it to be absorbed, for the nutrients to be absorbed. And these enzymes are proteins, and proteins can be denatured by several different things, one being pH level. So for the actual enzymes that break down protein foods, there needs to be an acidic environment as far as pH, and for starch type foods there needs to be an alkaline environment. And if you know anything about chemistry, if you have something that's very acidic and alkaline, they can neutralize each other depending on where they are as far as on the range of pH levels. So yeah, so basically if you eat things that are protein and starches together, you are giving your body so much work to do as far as digestion, because it's constantly neutralizing, canceling each other out, and it takes much longer for your body to digest your meals than it normally would if you were to eat them separately. Now, what's the big deal about digestion, energy, and weight loss? Well, where you put your energy as far as internally is extremely important, because if let's say your energy store is about 100%, right, and you're using up 80% of that energy every day to just simply digest your food, to get nutrients, and you're not even getting all of the nutrients that you would in these different scenarios, because the enzymes aren't able to work to their optimal level. So you're really wasting a lot of energy that could go toward other things such as weight loss. Also, it's suggested that in these scenarios with the high body temperature that you have, that foods that are digesting slowly, specifically like proteins, are actually getting really, really hot and putrefying and building up toxins in your body, and that's being stored, and that is also contributing to your weight issues if you're trying to get off a few pounds. So, or more than a few. So with all that, you really want to be mindful of how you pair your foods. So now let's talk about some of the rules. The rules. Rule number 1, eat fruit on an empty stomach. So this rule is based on the fact that fruits digest very quickly, and if you try to eat them on top of something else that's digesting slowly, then the fruit actually ferments in the body and you aren't getting as much of the nutrients, and kind of creating a traffic jam, as Kimberly Snyder calls it, a traffic jam, you know, in your stomach. Another rule is to eat melons alone, that they don't really pair with anything at all, so you want to eat them alone. And of course, the other rule that I mentioned earlier, for the example of how, you know, proper food pairing is explained scientifically, you don't want to eat your proteins and starches together. They cancel each other out, they don't match. Now this one was really hard for me to do when I began doing proper food pairing, because everything is a protein and starch together, right? A sandwich, you know, mozzarella sticks, eggs on toast, bagel with cream cheese. I mean, we're talking about pretty much as many different things as you can think of. You know, fish with rice. No, those things don't go together. So that was really, really tough for me to actually be able to do that. But you know, when you get in the habit of it, after a while you get used to it, but at first it was definitely challenging. Another rule is that you are not to eat a lot of healthy fats or fats with protein, that they go better with carbohydrates or starches. So if you do eat it, then you want to eat it moderately. Let's say, you know, avocado with chicken, you know, if you go to Chipotle and you get guac on top of your chicken burrito, yet you don't really want to do a lot of that. You want to keep it very, very, very small in terms of how much fat you're eating with your protein, or just not to do it much at all. That's another rule. And another rule is to not eat different proteins together that are from animal sources. So animal proteins do not pair well with other animal proteins. You want to eat, you know, if you're going to eat protein, you can eat plant-based proteins with different animal proteins, but just not, you know, chicken and fish, or sometimes you'll see kind of like chicken with shrimp or steak with shrimp. No, you're not supposed to do that. It's when you're trying to follow proper food pairing guidelines. Now, when I talk about pairing things together and eating them separately, you want to think in terms of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because it gives you at least, you know, 3 hours in between each for the food beforehand to digest. Now, if you are able to follow these rules, you can see some amazing results. I did, so maybe you can too. I definitely saw the stubborn pounds that were trying to hold on go away, and I definitely plan to do it during this postpartum experience that I'm about to go through. For anyone who's just seeing this video and hasn't been following me, right now I am 9 months pregnant. So if I'm talking about weight loss and you're looking at me like, you look a little puffy, it's because I'm going to give birth any moment. So don't worry about me looking puffy, okay? I promise I'm about to give birth. I'm 9 months. So this really worked for me, and I really plan to do it after I have this little girl. So food pairing worked for me, and I hope if you try it, it works for you. Let me know what other things that you would like to hear or talk about as far as nutrition. Have you ever heard of food pairing before? Have you ever tried it? Did you have any difficulty with it? I know I did at first. Let me know, comment below, and share this video, share this advice, because I didn't know about it. So I am glad to tell everyone else in the world about it who doesn't know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's completely free. And for those who are subscribed, thank you so much. I have so much to share with you. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna sit here and record a lot of videos. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.